Good morning, everyone. So good to have everybody here today. Today's service, we will be talking about good morning, everyone. In today's service, we'll be talking about the sacredness of nature and the connectedness of nature to the universe. Welcome, first and foremost, to Nakoma Center's Sunday service. We welcome you. Nakama is a Hebrew word for comfort and consolation. Our goal is to provide comfort to those who are seeking restoration and a safe space to authentically seek your truth and find your journey. We are Nakama Center on Shekinah Farm. Shekinah is a Hebrew word for the surrounding presence of the divine source. We are a 508c1a faith-based organization with a 501c3 in process. Our faith in a divine source, community, and plant-based sacraments stem from prehistoric and ancestral practices and personal experience of our modern members. The sources provided plant-based sacraments and are one of the greatest creations that nature offers, raising our awareness to the divine so that we can access a direct connection to the source of all life. It is our sincere belief that the consumption of sacred medicines is a communion which brings us closer to what we commonly call God. We understand this concept of God as pure consciousness and energy which permeates all beings. This pure consciousness is, we believe, the ineffable source of creation and the origin of health and well-being. Our vision and mission is to provide a sacred and safe space for the connection of the community in support of mental, physical, and spiritual ascension to the divine in all creation. We believe that all life needs comfort and connectivity to achieve restoration. By having a sacred and safe space, people can fashion their own spiritual journey. Nakama Center is a safe and private setting that provides guidance and integration for those seeking spiritual restoration. We are bringing people together for healing and connection to divine revelation through community and communion with sacred medicines. We ask you to please mute your mics. The first part of our service will be about 30 minutes, and we will be recorded and posted to YouTube for community viewing. We will begin with a short guided meditation followed by readings to facilitate our journal prompt and the discussion following the service. Prior to our discussion, we will share announcements, updates, and community news, which will also be recorded. So we first invite you now to find a comfortable space to settle in and be present as we begin our service. Just as the colors of the rainbow unite to make one light, God far above and God deep within, the divine and Shekinah unite in community. Transcendence unites with immanence, one becoming one. We join together in community, together reflecting the divine's splendor. We are the colors of the rainbow uniting to make one light. The glorious holy throne is here where we meet, ready for the divine to rest upon us. This sacred space uplifts us. Here where electrons dance in the interplay of being and nothingness draws our hearts together, binary code flickering through space, making us present to each other and to the radiance of this day. We crown this day from below, and she enfolds us in new supernal souls so that our service is blissful and praiseful, joyful and radiant, as with shining faces we approach our prayer. Let's take a few moments to breathe and communicate individually with the divine as we are comfortable. While still in this mindfulness and centered state, I invite us all to place our hands on our heart as we take a few moments to send loving intention to our ancestors and the divine for healing through community, sacrament, spiritual awakening, and to all who cultivate or consume the sacred plants. Without the Creator, communion of our members, and these sacred gifts, this community would not exist. The healing done by the Creator through community and sacraments is not limited to the times when we consume or commune, but also extends into all aspects of our lives and spreads like a mycelium around our world. It is through intention and attention that we call forth the healing power of the divine, of the sacrament, and the community that we have formed around our common understanding. Let us use our ever-expanding awareness to bring greater peace and healing to our world. Let us radiate gratitude from our hearts to our Creator, to our community, and to those who cultivate the healing plants, for these gifts impart healing to those who commune with love and sincerity. We become aware of the oneness of life, the knowing that we live in all things and that all things live in us. Let us apply this understanding to all of our relationships and aid us in our journey as members of the human family. May we use many sacred texts, believing that no one single text holds all truth, and we'll move into our readings. Again, the sacredness of nature and the universe. Albert Einstein said, "Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better." He also said, "Heaven is under our feet as well as over our heads." Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "The earth laughs in flowers." I love that one. And John Muir said, "The clearest way into the universe is through a forest wilderness." We'll take the next 3 minutes or so to reflect on those readings. I will go back to those readings and just journal what feelings, thoughts, and ideas came to you through the readings. I'll go back to those readings as we're journaling. Please wrap up your thoughts as we move into the next portion of our service. Again, we use several sacred texts, not believing that any one of them has all truth. So we'll be reading from several. Our first reading is from the Tao Te Ching. There was something formless and perfect before the universe was born. For lack of a better name, I call it the Tao, or God, or whatever you're comfortable with. The Bible tells us the heavens declare the glory of God, the skies proclaim the work of his hands. The Bhagavad Gita, I am the soul and the heart of all creatures. I am their beginning, their middle, and their end. The Dhammapada tells us, the wise who live in harmony with the divine law, the Dharma, are like the moon following its course among the stars. The Quran tells us Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. The example of his light is like a niche within which is a lamp. And the Upanishads tell us, as rivers flow into the sea, losing their name and form, so the enlightened merge with the infinite. We'll take first half of our 3 minutes. I'll leave this reading. The second half of our 3 minutes. Again, what feelings, thoughts, and ideas do these readings bring up for you? All right, let's go ahead and wrap up our thoughts as we move into the next portion of our service. Um, our announcements this week. Happy New Year to everybody. This is our first service of the year. We're excited. We look forward to some new things that we'll be doing this year. I've got a 20 by 20 piece of canvas to create a mobile prayer labyrinth or labyrinth that we will be making and being able to take it to different events this year. I'm very excited about that. And we should be getting that ready here in the next few weeks. We have some plans for doing a spring activity. It's probably going to be a camping activity. I'm not sure yet, but we're looking forward to doing that and inviting a person to come and do some guides, some journeys, and some other activities that we have hopefully planned coming up this spring. We have our tents and indoor spaces as well as some outdoor spaces. So we're very excited about that. Thank you everyone for helping. We can still use some help for those who want to come and help. We can use the help. If you want to, just reach out, please, and let us know. All right. As you can hear, I'm still trying to get over the crud. Thank you everyone for your patience while we were trying to avoid spreading the crud to others, as well as allowing me to heal for those few times during the last month that we missed our services. And I hope that everyone comes into this new year, and having felt very healthy. We are also sponsoring an activity this, I think it's on the 12th. We will be doing a meditation and vision board activity at Alabama Holistic Health. So if you're interested in participating, this is an in-person activity. It'll be Sunday. I believe it starts at 1 o'clock and the 12th. So I think it's next Sunday. So if you are interested, there is a fee for that. You can find that in the Facebook activities if you're interested. We are excited about doing that. All right. And so if you want to meet in person, come on out and join that activity. All right. I think that's all the announcements. We're going to go ahead to our closing. So preparing our hearts and minds for our closing. Our divine, we come before you broken and in need of healing. You are our true guide and creator. Act benevolently toward us for the sake of your holy nature. Renew our mind and provide for us a good week. Remove from us all harsh decrees, annul the intentions of our enemies, foil the plans of our foes, and wipe out every oppressor and adversary from against us. Close the mouths of our accusers. Remove pestilence, sword, famine, captivity, and destruction from us. Withhold any plague that pursues us. Pardon and forgive all our injustices. Blot out and remove our indiscretions from before your eyes. Erase all the records of our indebtedness. Bring us to you in wholeheartedness and sincerity. Send a complete healing to the sick. Shred the evil decreed against us and remember us with favor. We've come together with intentions of service to the land and all of its inhabitants. It is in our hearts to go forth into the world with the collective consciousness. As we further our conversation, we encourage you to stay for continued fellowship and conversation around our readings today. And for those unable to stay, we thank you for being with us and wish you a great week ahead. As we further our conversation, please remember that all perspectives are welcome as we search for the spiritual truth that unites us all. Please remember that we are not a medical or therapeutic organization. Statements made by the moderator or members of Nakama are their own. We are here discovering and exploring along with you. Thank you for joining us this week. Join us again next week, and peace be with you.